Brett Allen here. Thanks everybody for watching and listening. We're talking another guest from Chicago Med. We've had many cast members over the years from all of these shows, and we're chatting today with Conor Perkins, who is one of the newest, latest, and greatest doctors slash residents on Chicago Med, and we've been getting more episodes with your face, which has been a lot of fun. You and Lila, we had. But thanks for your time. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, of course. It's a pleasure to meet you too.
So I understand you just came from Chicago, right? Were you filming episodes or were you working on something else?
I did. I just came from Chicago. We were filming more episodes. So there's some more that you'll see of Dr. Hudgins after the mid-season break.
Yes. Well, it's just been one heck of a run this year. And even when we were doing the One Chicago Press Day, we were talking to your castmates, Jesse and Steve and everybody and Nick. And it's just been like a hell of a ride for you this year. I'm very curious. So. Yes, it's just so intense. How do you like working with Steve Weber? We've had him on the show. He's a lot of fun, and your chemistry that you have with him and really just everybody else, Oliver, is just fantastic.
Yeah, the whole cast is amazing. It's such a gift to be on a set with so many just truly amazing, very giving actors as well. With Steven particularly, Steven's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun. There's always something new. There's always some sort of little joke that pops up out of us working together. It truly is such a privilege to learn from some really great seasoned veterans of film and TV, like Oliver, like Steven, like Apatha as well. It's been great.
Yes. Well, how did this come about for you? Because again, this show's been on for 9 or 10 seasons. I think it's been on for a while. We've had a lot of cast come in and out, and we got introduced to you here recently. Let me ask you this. Had you seen Med before being cast?
Sure.
Okay.
So I was very familiar with the One Chicago universe, but I hadn't watched any of Med. And then as soon as I got cast, I have been slowly but surely making my way through every episode, every season. I'm halfway through season 5 right now.
Oh, wow. Good season.
It starts off with a bang. So yeah, it's been quite the journey. But yeah, I wasn't very familiar with the actual episodes, having watched them or anything. But so this came in July. It was an audition that passed my way, and I was like, yep, let's do it. Let's turn it around. Let's put it on set, or let's put it on tape rather. And yeah, I got it, and they needed the audition within 24 hours, and my power went out, and I had to do a self-tape. Yeah. So by the grace of God or some higher power, my power came back on late that night. My sister came over, helped me do a self-tape in the morning. And then 2 weeks later, I was flying to Chicago to shoot. So it was quite the whirlwind experience for sure.
Have you gotten used to the cold weather yet?
Well, I'm from Maryland,
okay,
and I've lived in New York for 11 years, so I know some cold. I know Chicago cold is a different type of cold, but I really like the cold. It's one of the things that they've learned about me on set is I very much enjoy the cold. Usually you'll find me sitting outside my trailer while I'm waiting, just in the cold air, just because I can't get enough of it. So I'm very looking forward to a Chicago winter, unlike some of my other castmates. I know Lila is not looking forward to it.
I was teasing her about it too, because she's going back in January.
Yeah.
And
I'm
going
to be in that episode with her.
Okay, so, very cool. Yeah. So we'll get more here like in January, like around the 18th or 19th. Yeah. Very cool. Well, we love these shows and we love NBC. We have had a really long time relationship with them. And anytime I can get anybody past, present, from the show, I honestly, I talk to so many people, but I tell this to people all the time. Like, these are my favorite interviews. And I think it's just because I'm so emotionally and time invested in
Yeah.
these series. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And now I'm watching reruns. So who is Dr. Hudgins? Let us in on this, because we've met him in a few episodes. You've had some very cool featured episodes where you've sort of, well, you always drive the story, but you really are the front of everything that's happening. Recently, you got put into some interesting situations and are slowly starting to build trust with your staff. But who is Hudgins? Like, let us in on how you created this character.
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't really know a whole lot about Zach all that much yet. But what we do know is that he is a first year resident and first year. Oh, there goes my background.
Love
Wow,
it.
that's really awkward. Okay, I'm gonna blur this background then. I just knew that was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. Um, so Dr. Hudgins, yeah, he is a first year resident, so an intern at Gaffney, and he went to school during the pandemic is when he was going through med school. So because of the situation that he was dealing
Yes.
with, he wasn't able to actually do a lot of his practical work in a hospital, so he had to do a lot of it online. So he's one of those people who I sort of take him at his word very much, that he's a very fast learner. He tries really, really hard. He does the work. He puts all the effort in. But he's just starting from a very sort of disadvantaged place. So right away in the first episode that we meet him in, he's really playing catch up. And so over the next couple of episodes, we really see him, put in the work to try and get more confident. I think his journey, for the most part, of what I've been trying to put in him is a journey of confidence in himself as a doctor. So that's really where I've been coming from with Zach. I'm always interested to know what the writers are going to do next with him, to see what little bits we'll learn of him. I have some ideas. I have some sort of things that I'm kind of bringing to it. Because one of the other things is in the medical field, having a heavy set, having a chubby doctor, there is a lot of stigma around people who are plus sized, overweight, in the medical field. So I feel like that's something that also sort of drives a little bit of his confidence issues that we see as well. So he's sort of coming from a place of, being disadvantaged from his training but also just sort of some of the prejudice that might be there within sort of like a health industry. So that's just my little backstory that I'm giving myself to see, what sort of goes there. But yeah, he's definitely, he's coming into his own. We see little bits and pieces of it along the way.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a lot more of it, I think, in some of the episodes that are going to be coming after the break as well.
Yeah, I found it very interesting when we first met him that he went through med school essentially online, and now he's being put in this high-paced residency. I know you've shared several things with Steve, and he's had you do things. Other doctors have had you do things, and you're like, I don't know. But there's always success that follows at the end. I think the most recent, you were doing something, running a line or something like that, or doing something, and you were a little nervous, but you did it. And I think that's cool, because I've spoken to the showrunners and the writers, and I've always asked the questions like, how do you come up with these ideas? And I don't know, I think it's just cool how they cast people, first of all, and second of all, how they creatively tell these storylines, and everything just seems to work perfect in all of the universes.
Yeah.
So very exciting. Well, again, I cannot wait to see where your character goes. I think, because there's a lot out there about the show, and people have a lot to say, fans, but you've come up in a lot of conversations, your character, people trying to sort of figure out like what's going to happen here. You know what I'm saying? And what they've done so far is great. So you just got back, you did some shooting, you're back now for the holidays. Are you ready to just take a little bit of a break, and then you're heading back to Chicago soon, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I'm ready for a little bit of a break. But I really, really, really enjoy all of my time that I get to spend out there. Every single day that I get to be on set is such a gift. Just like as an actor in general, just to be working is it's really quite a blessing. So while yeah, a break is gonna be nice, I'm very excited to get back into the work in the new year too.
Yes, well, we cannot wait. And congratulations on all of your
Thank you.
success. 100%. This is so much fun. Again, thank you for your time. Again, we
Of
got
course.
the holidays, Christmas is here in a couple
Yeah.
days. You're
Yeah.
filming, but I appreciate, you taking a little bit of time to hang out. Very cool. One last question.
Yeah.
You've done all of these different things, but has there ever been like someone or some advice that you've gotten along the way that really has sustained you as a storyteller and actor that really keeps you motivated?
That is that's kind of a tricky one. Though there is one sort of piece of advice that I got. It was actually when I was in high school, and it was not related to acting at all. But one of my math teachers, as I was leaving, and I told her that I had gotten into NYU, and it was in the like last days in school, she told me, "Be a sponge." And that is sort of something that I keep very much at my root. Is just be a sponge, take in as much as you can of the world around you, of the people around you, of experiences, because especially as an actor, that's where it's all going to come from. Having those lived experiences, they're just going to feed your work, make it richer and everything like that. So both in my acting life and in my real life as Connor, yeah, be a sponge has sort of been my guiding principle. Just take it all in.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again,
Yeah.
Connor. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Congratulations. Again, I cannot wait to see your character. We get to learn about them more, and it's just been a fun blast, these shows. But each year, each season, they always just shake things up, and it never fails to disappoint. And again, just really sage backstories too for that you've created, and it all really does seem to play out. So I think
Yeah,
that's
we'll
pretty cool.
see. We'll see what happens if they take any of that, but that's where I am right now until I know anything different. So it's always fun with TV to see what happens.
Thank you, Connor, for
Yeah,
hanging out. I really appreciate it.
absolutely. Thanks for having me.